We've met before.
Ah, you remember?
I do remember.
Okay.
Liz was the woman from Nick's past
We had a lot of fun.
who wanted a second chance at dating Nick.
There definitely was a connection and chemistry there. But I'm not gonna tell anyone.
But that secret was impossible to keep.
Did you guys like hook up?
Yeah, we had sex.
You told me that you guys hooked up and had sex.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I can't help but be totally terrified that this is all gonna blow up in my face.
All I can think about is I have to address this Liz situation.
As far as like us having a past,
Right,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right?
right.
We're two adults who had a fun night, things got a little crazy, and when you showed up night one, there was definitely a pleasant surprise behind it.
Yeah.
Just because I did have so much fun with you when we hung out.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, also if I'm being totally upfront, you know, it certainly raised a lot of questions that I had.
Like what?
As you know, like I haven't heard from you.
And while we didn't exchange numbers, we have mutual friends. And if you had wanted to pursue a relationship with me, why didn't I hear from you?
I think it'd be foolish for me not to at least ask that question.
Right, right.
How easy it would have been for you to get my number and text and call and things like that. And so that's the thing I've been kind of struggling with.
Okay, yeah. Maybe you asked for my phone number, but I didn't really know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
and
didn't
that's
know
why
each
I'm
other
here,
very well, yeah.
is because I want that opportunity. As much as I could have gotten your number in the last 9 months, like I also knew during that time you were off shooting Paradise and doing your own thing, and I didn't want the wrong impression to come off. But also, like,
I mean, I was in Paradise for a month.
right, but I knew you had stuff going on, but that's also, I'm not the type of person, I really enjoy, I don't like necessarily phone conversations. Like if I've already have an established relationship with somebody.
Part of me wants to find a reason to want to keep Liz around, but the more I talk to Liz, the less she makes sense.
You guys, it feels like Liz and Nick have been gone for a while.
A long time.
They must be having some intense conversation.
I think that Liz and Nick are having a conversation right now about some things that they needed to talk about.
Okay, that sounds non-specific. Let's specify. If you could be more specific, I think that would help all of us.
Well, it'll be specified very soon, I think. You know? It's not my relationship, so it's not my business to tell, really.
Okay, well, I'll just ponder on that and try to figure that out later.
I'm pretty sure that Liz has been slipping under the radar. So, no, I don't think anybody suspects that Liz has a history with Nick. And I think girls will be shocked to find out. I'd be surprised if some of them don't decide to leave.
I really wanted to cross paths with you again, to be able to have a conversation and to see, like, if there was a potential, if there was a connection.
I do appreciate you putting yourself out there. You know, I think about the night that we had and how much fun that we had, and honestly, like, to me, I had a great time. But, you know, to be honest, when you made the decision, I just kind of said goodbye.
Right.
And now, thinking about the relationships that I've been forming with all the women here and just trying to be honest with myself and upfront with you. And I feel like there's other things going on with the other women that I think based on the conversation we had the other night and the conversation we had now, I definitely have the clarity I've been kind of looking for, to be honest. And I just don't think we have a future. I just think it's best for both of us if I say goodbye tonight. Thank you for, you know, talking to me and having this conversation with me. And do you mind if I walk you out?
No, let's go.
All right.
I never expected to abruptly send someone home on my second group date in the first week. At one point, there was definitely something there between Liz and I. And, you know, who knows what would have happened. But that time has passed, and I wish her the best, and I hope she finds what she's looking for.
Take care.
Bye.
feel bad about sending Liz home, but I know it was the right choice. And now I have to do the hardest thing of all. I have to tell the women everything. I don't necessarily regret anything with Liz, but I'm just afraid that these women are going to think I've been lying to them. I can't help but be totally terrified that this is all gonna blow up in my face.
Where have you been?
I think my biggest fear is when the women find out that at least some of the women will decide to leave and say screw it, and that this journey might be over before it even gets started.
If you haven't noticed, Liz is not here. I actually just sent Liz home.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. I thought you guys were just having like a super deep, long conversation.
We were. So here's the thing. I'm just gonna level with you guys. I actually had met Liz prior to me being the Bachelor. I'm just gonna be upfront with you about how I know her. So yeah, I met Liz at a wedding. I met her at Jade and Tanner's wedding. And Liz and I had sex that night.
I'm not here to play around. I'm very serious about all of this. And
Especially going into the rose ceremony tonight.
I am willing to question him, and I'm willing to put our relationship at a point where he can understand how serious I am.
How you ladies doing? Y'all look beautiful. You can sit down. Sit down. Get comfortable. I think you all know at this point, obviously you know that Liz isn't here. And I don't know what's out there in the house, so I'm just gonna be totally transparent with all of you. When Liz got out of the limo, I was pretty caught off guard and a bit surprised. We met at our mutual friends Jade and Tanner's wedding. And as far as what happened when I met Liz, we went to a wedding. Stuff happened, and I'm just gonna put it out there because I know some people know, we had sex. But here's the thing. At the time, I had suggested to her that, we keep in touch and maybe exchange numbers. At the time, she had said that she just wasn't in the right place to do that, and she wanted to just kind of leave that night to be that night, which I totally respected, and we said our goodbyes. And, I hadn't seen or spoken with her or heard from her since. But I think after we talked more, I ultimately realized, well, Liz is finally ready to find love. I feel like I've started to make some, really great connections. And I'm so optimistic about that. I wanted to focus on what's here and say goodbye to that. So that being said, I encourage you all to, if you have a question, please ask me. I'm an open book. I'm very anxious and a little bit nervous because I'm so optimistic about the possibility of there being someone in this room that I've been looking for my whole life.